Why is it that one comment, one rude driver, or one unexpected setback can make us lose control so fast? We scroll through chaos every day, arguments online, opinions screaming for attention, and slowly forget the art of staying calm. Modern life has taught us to react instantly, to defend, to fight back. But the Stoics, they trained for stillness. They believed true strength isn't loud. It's calm. It's the power to stay unshaken when the world shakes you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That sentence changed lives 2,000 years ago, and it still can today. So in this video, we'll uncover 8 Stoic principles that will teach you how to stay centered, peaceful, and unbreakable. No matter who tests you or what chaos surrounds you, take a deep breath. Let's begin. Comment below. I stay calm under any storm. 1. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. The world is full of things that tempt you to lose control. The news, other people's moods, the economy, your past, even the weather. But here's the brutal truth. Most of it was never yours to control in the first place. Epictetus said it clearly. Some things are up to us, and some are not. That single line is the backbone of Stoicism and the foundation of calmness. Think about it. How many hours of your life have been wasted worrying about something you couldn't change? A boss's opinion, a partner's reaction, a result you couldn't force. Every time you obsess over those things, you trade peace for illusion. You hand your emotions to a world that doesn't care about your balance. The Stoics believed peace isn't found by fixing everything around you, but by mastering the boundary between what's yours and what isn't. Your judgments, your decisions, your reactions, that's your domain. Everything else is noise. Modern life tricks you into thinking control equals safety. That's why we check notifications every minute, plan every outcome, and panic when things don't go our way. But control, in the Stoic sense, is not about micromanaging the world. It's about owning your internal state. You can't stop the storm, but you can steady the ship. Imagine this. You're driving to work, and someone cuts you off. Instantly, your blood boils. You grip the wheel tighter, maybe even curse under your breath. But what actually changed? Nothing, except your state of mind. The Stoic would pause, breathe, and remind himself, this is outside my control. He chooses composure over chaos, reason over reaction, and that's where freedom begins. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." He faced wars, betrayal, and plague, yet remained calm because he refused to give external forces the keys to his peace. That's not denial. It's discipline. Here's how you can live this principle today. Take out a sheet of paper and draw 2 columns. At the top of one, write "within my control." At the other, "beyond my control." Under "within," list things like my attitude, my actions, my preparation, my words. Under "beyond," write other people's opinions, timing, weather, outcomes, the past. Now look closely. Where have you been spending your energy? If it's mostly on the right side, that's why you feel drained. The goal is not to become passive. It's to direct your energy where it actually matters. You don't ignore problems. You act on what's within reach and let the rest unfold as it will. This is how Stoics build emotional armor, not by avoiding pain, but by refusing to let what's uncontrollable dictate their peace. Every morning before you open your phone, ask yourself one question. What is within my control today? And then live by that answer. Because once you understand this principle deeply, you stop being the puppet of circumstances. You stop reacting to every pull from the outside world. You become calm, not because life got easier, but because you finally decided what deserves your energy. When others lose their temper, you remain centered. When the world gets loud, you stay still. That's the quiet strength of the Stoic mind. The chaos will keep coming, but your calm no longer depends on it. Freedom begins where control ends. 2. Don't react. Respond with reason. Every day, the world throws emotional grenades at you. Insults, criticism, bad news, broken expectations. Most people catch them and let them explode in their hands. That's what reacting does. It burns your peace, it damages your judgment, and it turns your power over to someone else. A reaction is a reflex, automatic, blind, emotional. A response is a choice, conscious, rational, powerful, and that difference determines the quality of your life. The Stoics trained their minds the way warriors train their bodies. They knew emotions were not the enemy. Lack of discipline was. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wasn't talking about suppressing feelings. He was talking about directing them, like a rider guiding a wild horse. When you react, you serve your emotions. When you respond, your emotions serve you. Let's take a common situation. Someone criticizes your work in public, your body tightens, your face heats up, and your mind screams to defend yourself. But if you react instantly, you're no longer in control. Your ego is. The Stoic approach is different. Pause, breathe, observe. You remind yourself, this is just sound. Their opinion doesn't define my truth. You choose when and how to respond, calmly, clearly, later if needed. That pause is power. That breath is control. In a world addicted to speed, patience feels radical. We reply to texts in seconds, lash out online, and justify our outbursts with, "I was just being honest." But Stoicism teaches that honesty without self-control is just chaos wearing virtue's mask. Being honest doesn't mean you must speak in anger. It means speaking with clarity and purpose. Think of an ancient Stoic like Epictetus, born a slave, insulted daily, yet unshaken. He said, "When something happens, the only thing in your power is your opinion about it." So he trained his mind to delay judgment until reason returned. You can do the same. Here's a simple rule. Pause, breathe, respond. When something triggers you, 1. Pause. Create a space between stimulus and reaction. 2. Breathe. Calm your nervous system. 3. Respond. Choose the action that aligns with your values, not your impulses. It sounds simple, but it's the foundation of emotional mastery. Every time you do it, you weaken the chains of reactivity. You teach your mind, "I am not a slave to my first emotion." Modern neuroscience now proves what Stoics knew centuries ago. Your emotional brain reacts faster than your rational brain by milliseconds. That's why slowing down is a weapon. The moment you pause, you shift power back from impulse to intention. So next time anger rises, in a meeting, on the road, or at home, remember, silence doesn't mean surrender. It means strategy. It means you're protecting your energy, not wasting it on things unworthy of your peace. When others shout, you listen. When they accuse, you clarify. When they insult, you smile. Not because you're weak, but because you refuse to let them script your story. That's the essence of Stoic calm, emotional independence. You can't always control what comes at you, but you can always control what comes from you. And every time you choose reason over reaction, you step closer to unbreakable. Because reacting is slavery. Responding, that's mastery. 3. See insults as tests of your character. The easiest way to lose your calm is to take every insult personally. Someone mocks you, someone disrespects you, and instantly the fire rises. Your chest tightens, your pride flares, and your mind demands revenge. But here's the Stoic truth. Every insult is a test, not an attack. It's a mirror, not a wound. It shows you where your ego still holds power over you. Epictetus, once a slave, was humiliated countless times. Yet he said, if anyone tells you you're ignorant and you are not hurt by it, then you've won the argument. The Stoics didn't waste energy proving themselves to small minds. They trained to be unshakable, to see verbal hits as opportunities to practice self-control. The modern world glorifies outrage. People compete to be offended. Every disagreement becomes a battle of egos, every online comment a trigger. But outrage doesn't make you strong. It just proves how easy it is to control you. A Stoic flips the script. When insulted, he doesn't react. He observes. He asks, is there truth in this? If yes, he learns. If not, he smiles. Because a lie can't wound truth. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, yet constantly criticized by his own generals and senators. He wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. He didn't waste his life correcting rumors or defending his honor. His actions did that for him. He understood silence in the face of insult is not weakness, it's wisdom. Let's bring it to today. Imagine a co-worker throws a passive-aggressive comment during a meeting. Most people fire back instantly, trying to restore their image. But you, as a Stoic in training, do something radical. You breathe, you hold eye contact, and you let the silence do the talking. You don't defend, you demonstrate composure. And in that moment, the power shifts. They lose control. You don't, because calmness confuses aggression, it starves it. Here's a quick Stoic practice for the next time someone tries to provoke you. 1. Pause before reacting. Feel the sting, but don't feed it. 2. Ask, what part of me is offended, my ego or my principles? 3. Decide, is this worth my energy, or is this just noise? 4. Act, choose dignity over drama. You'll notice something extraordinary. Most insults die in silence. They only survive when you breathe life into them through reaction. Seneca wrote, a wise man is beyond injure because true harm doesn't come from words, it comes from believing them. When you stop giving meaning to every opinion, you stop bleeding from every sentence. The next time someone throws words meant to hurt you, imagine them as arrows made of air. They pass through because your armor is self-respect. You don't chase validation. You don't explain yourself to small minds. You live your truth so loudly that no rumor can silence it. Every insult is a weight. You can choose to carry it or lift with it. The Stoic chooses the latter. He turns offense into strength, humiliation into practice, ego into endurance. So remember this, the insult was never about you. It was a mirror reflecting someone else's chaos. Your calmness, your silence, your grace. That's how you pass the test. Every insult is a chance to prove your discipline. 4. Accept reality without complaining. The quickest way to destroy your peace is to argue with reality. You say things like, this shouldn't have happened. It's not fair. Why me? But life doesn't bend to complaints. It bends to composure. The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology caught up. Acceptance is not giving up. It's gaining clarity. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, war, and plague. Yet he wrote calmly, love the hand that fate deals you. He didn't say tolerate it. He said love it. That's amor fati, the love of one's fate, the highest form of mental strength. To accept what happens as if you chose it. When you stop fighting reality, you stop wasting strength on the impossible. Most people don't realize how much energy they lose arguing with what is. They complain about the weather instead of adjusting their plan. They dwell on the past instead of learning from it. They curse traffic instead of using the time to think, breathe, or learn. Every complaint is a little rebellion against truth, and truth always wins. Acceptance doesn't mean you like everything that happens. It means you refuse to add unnecessary suffering on top of pain. You feel the sting, but you don't drown in it. You look at what is, not what should be, and from that clarity, you act. Seneca wrote, "A wise man adapts himself to circumstances as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it." That's the essence of calm, not resistance, but flow. When something goes wrong, a Stoic doesn't scream, "Why me?" He says, "Okay, what now?" He shifts from reaction to response, from blame to problem solving. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions. He works with what's in front of him. Imagine this. You wake up to rain on the day of your big outdoor event. You could complain, curse fate, and ruin your mood. Or you could accept it, adapt, and move forward. The rain isn't personal. It never was. But your attitude, that's personal responsibility. The modern mind mistakes control for peace, but peace actually comes from alignment. When your mind says yes to what already is, you reclaim power over what comes next. Resistance is tension, acceptance is strength, and strength creates solutions. Here's a Stoic practice for when things go wrong. 1, pause and name what happened. This is the reality. 2, ask, can I change it? If yes, act. If not, let go. 3, say out loud, I choose peace with this moment. Do that often enough, and you'll feel something incredible. Freedom inside chaos. The external world may stay unpredictable, but your internal world becomes unshakable. Remember, even the strongest warriors fall, but the Stoic stands back up. Not because he's unhurt, but because he doesn't waste a single breath complaining about the fall. He uses that breath to rise. Next time something unfair happens, pause, breathe, say, this too is part of the plan. Not with resignation, but with resolve. Because the moment you accept, you're no longer the victim of circumstance. You're the architect of your composure. The world will always give you challenges. Your only choice is whether to meet them with resistance or resilience. And Stoics always choose resilience. Acceptance is not weakness, it's strength in disguise. 5, train for discomfort. Comfort feels good, but it's a trap. It whispers, you deserve rest, until rest becomes your cage. The more you chase comfort, the less capacity you have for life's real challenges. That's why the Stoics did something radical. They trained for discomfort. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest men, used to sleep on the floor and wear rough clothes a few days each month. He called it voluntary hardship. Not because he loved pain, but because he wanted freedom. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare. And say to yourself, is this the condition I so feared?" He was reminding himself that fear disappears once you face it directly. We live in an age that worships convenience, instant food, instant answers, instant gratification. But what we gain in comfort, we lose in courage. We build soft habits, soft bodies, soft minds. The Stoic seeks the opposite, a mind so trained that no hardship can surprise it. Think about the last time you faced something difficult, a breakup, rejection, illness, or financial struggle. Did you crumble, or did you adapt? Because the strength you had in that moment didn't appear out of nowhere. It was built or neglected in the small choices long before. Discomfort is not punishment. It's preparation. It's the gym of the soul. Every time you endure something uncomfortable on purpose, waking up early, finishing a workout, staying silent when angry, doing the hard conversation, you are building invisible armor. And one day, that armor will save you. Epictetus, who lived his entire life with a disabled leg, said, "Difficulties show what men are." He didn't ask for pity. He asked for progress. He saw hardship as the training ground for virtue, courage, patience, discipline. So how do you train for discomfort in the modern world? Start small. Take a cold shower. Skip a meal. Walk when you could drive. Spend a day without complaining. Sleep without your phone nearby. Each of these acts sends one clear message to your brain. I am in control, not my cravings. At first, it feels pointless. Then, it feels powerful. Because the goal isn't to suffer, it's to strengthen. Comfort has made people fragile. Discomfort makes them anti-fragile. The Stoic knows the storms are coming, so he trains in the rain. Here's a practice. For the next 7 days, choose one deliberate discomfort each day. Day 1, cold shower. Day 2, no social media. Day 3, skip a pleasure meal. Day 4, speak an honest truth you've been avoiding. Day 5, sit in silence for 10 minutes. Day 6, do the task you've been postponing. Day 7, reflect on what you learned. You'll realize that your mind fears discomfort more than your body ever will. And once you stop running from that fear, you become unstoppable. Marcus Aurelius trained himself this way every morning, writing, "At dawn, tell yourself, you will meet ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful people." He wasn't being pessimistic. He was training his spirit to expect adversity, so it couldn't break him. Do the same. Expect difficulty. Invite challenge. The goal isn't to live easy. It's to live ready. When comfort calls, test it. When pain comes, use it. When fear appears, face it. Because comfort doesn't make you stronger. Challenge does. 6. Detach from opinions and drama. Most people live as prisoners of opinion. They wake up checking who liked their post, who texted back, who approved, who didn't. They spend their lives trying to manage the perception of others, and in doing so, they lose their peace. The Stoics called this the slavery of reputation. Epictetus warned, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. He meant, the moment you stop chasing approval, you start living freely. Drama feeds on attention. It thrives on your reaction, your defense, your need to be understood. But the Stoic understands. Not every battle deserves a warrior. Sometimes, walking away is the highest form of control. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the world, yet he wrote in his private notes, "What other people think of me is none of my business, as long as I act with justice and truth." He didn't waste his mornings scrolling through opinions. He focused on being the kind of man his principles demanded, not the kind the crowd applauded. Ask yourself, how much of your stress comes from trying to explain yourself? How many nights have you lost replaying conversations, wondering if someone misunderstood you? Every minute spent defending your image is a minute stolen from your growth. The truth is, people will always misunderstand you. Some will twist your kindness into weakness, your silence into arrogance, your boundaries into cruelty. That's not your problem. That's their projection. The Stoic doesn't fight perceptions. He refines reality. He acts with virtue, speaks with clarity, and lets time reveal his truth. He knows that calmness confuses gossip and consistency destroys rumor. In modern life, detachment is a superpower. It means refusing to join the circus, the arguments, the passive aggression, the performative outrage. It means saying, I don't need to win this conversation to stay true to myself. It means choosing peace over performance. Here's how you can practice Stoic detachment. 1. Observe, don't absorb. When someone throws negativity, imagine their words as smoke, visible but unable to stick unless you breathe it in. Filter your inputs, limit your exposure to drama, online arguments, toxic news, gossip. You are what you consume, mentally as much as physically. 3. Stay anchored in values, not validation. Before reacting, ask, does this serve my peace or just my pride? If it's pride, let it go. 4. Remember your circle of control. You can control your effort, not their perception. your integrity, not their interpretation. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Half of what we call drama exists only in the stories we tell ourselves about other people's opinions. When you stop narrating those stories, the noise fades. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means clarity. You still care about people. You just stop needing their validation to feel whole. You choose to listen without absorbing, to respond without reacting, to care without clinging. So the next time someone tries to drag you into conflict, pause and smile. Not out of arrogance, but wisdom. You know that silence protects what anger would destroy. You know that peace is not found by controlling others, but by mastering yourself. The crowd will always talk. Let them. You have a life to build, not an image to defend. Peace begins when you stop arguing for your worth. 7. Remember death. Memento Mori. One day, everything you know will end. The people you love, the routines you keep, even the thoughts running through your head right now. Most people spend their lives pretending that day will never come. They delay their dreams. They postpone forgiveness. They act as if time owes them another tomorrow. But the Stoics called that delusion the greatest thief of life. Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. To the untrained mind, it sounds morbid. But to the Stoic, it's liberation. Because once you accept that time is limited, every moment becomes precious. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short life, but that we waste much of it. We waste it on resentment, comparison, and meaningless noise. We trade days for distractions, years for comfort, and only start valuing time when there's almost none left." Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, faced death daily, through war, plague, and betrayal. Yet he used it as a compass for life. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." For him, death wasn't something to fear. It was the reminder to live right. Now. Every morning, when you wake up, ask yourself, if this were my last sunrise, how would I treat today? Would you still hold grudges? Would you waste hours scrolling and complaining? Or would you finally say the things you've been meaning to say? Start the projects you've been postponing? Forgive someone who no longer deserves the power to haunt you? Memento Mori doesn't make you sad. It makes you serious. It sharpens your focus, strips away the trivial, and brings clarity to what truly matters. You stop chasing approval and start cherishing presence. You stop waiting for someday and start living this day. Modern culture hides from death. We bury it under distraction and entertainment. But the Stoic faces it head-on, not to romanticize it, but to befriend it. Because the one who remembers death lives deeper, loves harder, and wastes nothing. Here's a simple ritual. At the end of each day, before you go to sleep, whisper, "If I don't wake up tomorrow, was I proud of how I lived today?" If the answer is yes, rest in peace. If not, adjust tomorrow. That reflection, quiet, honest, humble, is worth more than 1,000 empty affirmations. Death is not the enemy of life. It's its teacher. It teaches urgency without panic, gratitude without attachment, purpose without pride. It tells you, stop waiting for the right time. This is the time. Every Stoic carried death like a silent mentor, always beside them, reminding them that arguments, wealth, titles, and fears all dissolve in the same soil. The only thing that endures is your character, your virtue, your calm, your integrity. So when anger tempts you, remember death. When fear paralyzes you, remember death. When pride blinds you, remember death. Because every time you remember it, you return to what's real. You live cleaner, you love sharper, you let go easier. Memento Mori is not a call to despair. It's a call to awaken, to stop existing and start truly living. When you remember death, you choose peace over pride. 8. Live by virtue, not emotion. The world worships emotion. Follow your heart, they say. Speak your truth no matter what. But the Stoics warned, feelings are waves. Virtue is the anchor. If you build your life on emotion, every storm will break you. If you build it on virtue, nothing can. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." Simple words, but they demand an extraordinary level of discipline, because it means choosing principle over impulse, integrity over instinct, truth over comfort. Modern society confuses emotional honesty with emotional wisdom. Yes, emotions are real, but they're not always right. Anger might feel justified, jealousy might feel natural, fear might feel protective. But Stoicism reminds us, feeling something doesn't mean obeying it. You can acknowledge emotion without surrendering to it. That's the difference between reaction and mastery. Virtue, not emotion, is the compass. The Stoics defined 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, seeing reality clearly; courage, acting rightly despite fear; justice, treating others fairly, even when you could exploit them; temperance, mastering desires before they master you. Together, these 4 virtues form the backbone of calmness. Because when you act from virtue, you never have to regret the outcome. You stand tall in your own integrity, no matter what anyone else says or does. Think about your last heated argument. Did emotion make it better or worse? Did anger solve it or just feed the fire? Now imagine approaching that same situation guided by virtue. Wisdom would ask, what's really going on here? Courage would say, speak truth but gently. Justice would remind you, respect even those who hurt you. Temperance would whisper, stay calm, don't overdo it. That's not weakness, that's leadership. Virtue makes you reliable in chaos. It builds trust, not by words, but by consistency. People will feel it around you. The steadiness, the groundedness, the quiet strength that can't be faked. That's what Stoics called eudaimonia, the state of living in harmony with your highest self. Seneca wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Virtue is proved, not proclaimed. Every time you resist gossip, every time you choose patience over pride, honesty over advantage, peace over reaction, you prove who you are. Here's a Stoic exercise to close your day. Before you sleep, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Did I act according to virtue today? 2. Did emotion rule me, or did I rule emotion? 3. What can I correct tomorrow? That's how you sculpt the soul. 1 honest night at a time. Virtue is not glamorous. It's quiet, often unnoticed. But it is the only thing that remains unshaken when life collapses around you. Money fades, fame fades, emotions shift with every hour. But character, that's eternal. When the world provokes you, virtue holds you steady. When your emotions scream for reaction, virtue whispers restraint. When you're tempted to give up, virtue reminds you who you are. So live not by mood, but by moral compass. Don't chase what feels right. Do what is right. Because Stoic calm isn't the absence of emotion. It's emotion mastered by virtue. Virtue is the calm beneath every storm. You've just walked through 8 Stoic principles, 8 timeless weapons to protect your peace in a chaotic world. Control what you can, respond with reason, turn insults into training, accept reality as it is, train for discomfort, detach from opinions, remember death, and live by virtue. These are not just ideas. They're disciplines. You don't read them once. You practice them daily. Because calmness isn't a gift. It's earned through awareness, through restraint, through courage in silence. The world will always try to shake you. But now, you know how to stay still. You can't control every storm, but you can control the ship. And that makes you unstoppable. So carry this truth. You can't control the world, but you can master yourself. Comment below. I am unshakable, calm, and in control. And if this journey lit a fire in you, share it. Someone out there needs this reminder today.